welcome to LoveBytes, the show where we debug romance. Now, I am not a doctor. I am not a psychiatrist.
I am not a patient.
I don't have a degree in sociology or psychology, but what I do have is wealth of experience and a sincere desire to help you. Because sometimes love can get messy. Sometimes, if you're not careful, love bites. Hey everybody, and welcome to LoveBytes with our good friend here, Margaret. Margaret, how are you doing today?
I'm getting over a cold still, so not feeling the chipperest, but if that's even a word. But I'm doing all right. I'm here.
Good, good.
I made it.
Why don't you tell us about your qualifications? I know that you have a degree in romanceology, right?
Oh, totally. 11 years. No, I'm just kidding. I have no qualifications other than, I've been in a relationship for 11 years. I'm just giving you guys my advice from my heart, but I have no qualifications.
Okay, well, that makes two of us. Let's hop right into the show with the very first question. Hello, Neil and Margaret, and chat, and best chat. I'm sorry for mistakes during this question. It's not my native language. A bit of backstory. One of my girlfriends is my ex, and we're like besties for a year already, I think, after the breakup. We talk in a lot of stuff, and she can complain about her problems, and I can help her out, or at least support her, make her feel comfortable, but there's one problem, at least for my taste. We're kissing, and not just some friendly kissing, cheek lip kisses, but pretty passionate, intimate ones. She's not resisting when I'm holding her by the thigh. I even dared to go into her bra one time, and she was okay with it. We are no friends with benefits, not in the full sense, but we're enjoying each other's company a lot. One time we were just in the cafe chatting, and we touched topic about relationship, and she gave me her characteristic: when we're friends, I want to be with you, but when we're together, I want to be friends again. But the question is, what should I do? Try to approach her again with "let's be together," leave our a bit weird relationship the way it is, try to talk to her to straighten things up, or something else. Thank you for your time, Russian Bear. How do you feel about this, Maggie?
Oh, Russian Bear, what are you doing? I mean, first of all, yes, if you absolutely like this girl, you want to be in a relationship with her, be upfront, say, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you. And if she doesn't exchange that feeling, then you guys need to stop that. Because that's not healthy. In my opinion, it's not healthy.
No, that's going to drive you crazy, right?
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely nuts. If I was in love with somebody and then they were like also making out with other people, having relationships, I'm giving them advice on their relationship with somebody else and in the meantime, they're still making out with me. That's weird.
Yeah, if I can see like three stages of various like romantic sexual relationships. You've got your friends. You're just friends with the people, right? You help each other with whatever friends help each other with. You've got the dating, which is you're romantically involved. And then you've got that weird, like, friends with benefits, where your physical relationship is...
If they both agreed on it, if they're both like, hey, let's just make out.
Right.
That's it. I mean, I guess that's not for me. That's not for me. But if that's a mutual thing that you both agree on and you can alleviate the feeling of wanting to be in a relationship with her, then I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time, it sounds like they're not even there. They're like, well, whatever, we'll make out sometimes, but then that's as far as we'll go, and then it's really kind of awkward when we do sometimes. I don't know, man. This is I think for your sanity, because if this continues for like another 3 years, you're probably going to be crazy at the end of those 3 years, right? I think
Sorry, I have to do this because Chaos is making me laugh. He's like, in Soviet Russia, you break up with her.
Exactly. I think that you're going to drive yourself crazy, so you should probably end this and be like, whoa, I need to be in or out, none of this half-ass stuff. And just put it that way. And then she'll be like, okay, well, we're out. And then you'll be sad, but you'll find another person because there's a lot of people in Russia. There's a lot of people. That's my take on it.
You're just adding that in there as part of it.
Yeah, well.
Like, there's just a lot of people in Russia, so
you'll find another one, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I don't know about that, but I mean, I definitely think being open about your relationship and how you feel if you genuinely want to be in a relationship with her, saying that. And if you both decide that you don't want it, then don't. But I don't know. It's so weird.
She gave me her characteristic: when we're friends, I want to be with you, but when we're together, I want to be friends again. That's
So
not a good
basically,
spot
it's
to
like
be
I
in.
don't really want to be in a relationship with you, is what I'm getting from her.
She doesn't. It
Or
sounds like she doesn't like the relationship, but she likes the guy. Like maybe there's some
she,
dynamic that they
maybe he's just
have.
really good at making out, but he's not good in a
Mm,
relationship. Like he's not a good boyfriend.
maybe.
Maybe it's you need to like step it up, bro.
Yeah.
Russian bear.
I don't know, man. You good luck with this. I would. My personal advice is get out of town. You'll find someone that you can totally be in a relationship with, and you'll be happier. You're gonna have to take like a hit for a while you find that person, but I think that's my strategy. Don't half-ass it unless you are just comfortable half-assing it. That's where I stand. Maggie, any final words on this one?
Yeah, final words are tell her how you feel, and if she's not interested, then kind of like part ways, stop this. It's weird. Unless you both have an agreement, it's still weird, but to me, it's weird. I don't know. I think you could find somebody who you're not going to waste your time on. Like you can be making out with and have a relationship, and it can be healthy and great and wonderful.
Hmm.
The real deal.
Real deal. All right, moving on. Next question. I am of an age where many people my age have dated and have had their first kiss, but I have yet to have my first kiss. I don't get nerves when talking to girls, I just don't know what to do. Well,
So
anonymous,
what's the question?
I think his question is how do I kiss girls? Or he's just uncomfortable and doesn't know what to do about this situation.
Like you're in the situation and it can happen.
He's like the age where everyone else is having girlfriends and
But
and
just
kissing
because
people.
everyone else is kissing people doesn't mean you need to kiss anybody. Just because everyone else is having sex doesn't mean you need to have sex. Just because
Yeah.
other people are doing something does not mean you need to do it. If everyone starts jumping off bridges, you're not going to go with them. You know what I mean? Like it's
I
just
I didn't kiss a girl until I was like 19. That's a pretty late age there, I think. So don't worry about it, guys. It's fine. If it takes you a while,
perfectly
you'll be okay.
yeah. Don't worry about it. And like when it happens, it's going to be wonderful. Just let it happen. If you force it, then it's going to be awkward.
Yeah. Just
I mean, it's probably going to be awkward no matter what. First kisses are always awkward because you're like you both have this idea of what it's like, and then it happens, and it's just
I
mess in the mouth action.
yeah, I cannot even explain to you how awkward my first kiss was. Like literally, I might tell you one day, Maggie, but I could never tell Stream. It's too embarrassing.
Yeah, I can feel where this is going because I think I may have had an equally as awkward
Yeah.
moment. So,
So anonymous friend, dude, don't even sweat it. You haven't kissed a girl yet. You're fine.
you're good, dude.
Yeah, you'll
Don't
be
worry
fine.
about it.
It's not an issue.
Lie if you have to your friends.
Next question. Hey, Neil and Maggie. I have two relatively short questions for you. Please take them both seriously, as they are meant to be. Question number one. I am 19 years old and met two girls which, due to my idiotic fail of no communication, I ended up dating at the same time for about 2 months now.
How does that happen?
I don't know. You start dating two girls and then you just don't tell either one that you're dating, and all of a sudden 2 months go by and you're like, holy crap, I'm dating two girls? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm really lost. I don't know how to solve the situation or how to finish things up. In the beginning, as every guy, I just thought it would work out, but now I feel the pressure that they'll find out.
Wow.
All right.
First of all, find which one do you want to be with? Be with that one.
Pick your favorite.
Next one. Be like, sorry.
You gotta pick one and let the other go. And do not even try to be like tell one that you want to be with them and then like keep the other, and don't string the other along, don't do that crap. Like
Just
make it
done.
nice and clean.
So,
All right.
yeah.
You've taken enough risks as is.
oh my gosh, how does that even happen?
Poor communication? I don't know. At least it's only been 2 months, and he's 19, so 2 months of dating at 19's, not
You make mistakes.
whatever. Shit
Stuff
happens. You'll be fine.
But good, yeah. Make good, because that's not fair to either of them. Obviously, you're the one reaping the benefits of that. I can't say that you're not. So
Okay. Now, here's going to be the fun one for you. As I said before, I don't pre-screen these questions, so here we
All
go,
right.
Maggie. A few weeks back, I found out that one of the girls I've slept with was annoyed by my penis. I have no clue as to why, since no man can choose his size. 10 inches. And yes, every guy makes those big dick jokes, but I'd rather have a regular sized penis. Is there any advice you could give me to talk things out with the girls or something? I'm clueless here. Sorry for any grammar or spelling mistakes. I'm German, a German Koibu and Maggie fan here. Keep email or name anonymous,
Goodness.
please. All right, buddy.
Um, you're gonna find somebody who's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Just.
Also, like, go slow, ease people into things. If you
Oh
are,
yeah.
if you're too big, which is a real problem that people do have, um, like lots of lube, go slowly, make sure everyone's warmed up and comfortable, and be aware that you could hurt people. So go slow, be nice, consider your partner.
There you go. I think you covered it. Like that's true man advice right there. If you're not doing that, then I can see why
Yeah,
you're having problems.
yeah. Just go slow, my friend. Go slow and be nice. Don't hurt
I
people.
like how people are putting baguettes in chat.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's one of our
cute.
chat emotes, baguettes, just for this
Oh my
purpose.
goodness.
All right, we'll keep this next one short. Well, this one is short. Hello. I keep this question short. I am 18 and I am 100% attracted to my sister. She is 19. I would like to know your opinion on that. And two, what should I do? Please keep this anonymous. Um, don't do anything about it. Don't ever do anything about it.
It's okay to feel attraction to the opposite sex. It's okay to think that your sibling is beautiful or handsome, but those are feelings that you should not act upon because bad things happen genetically.
Yeah, and socially too. If that is not something socially acceptable or genetically acceptable, it's just trouble all around, my friend. Put it to the back of your mind, ignore it, move out as far, move away from her as soon as possible. You know, move to another town, another city, another country, whatever.
I like how he's just like, get out.
Yeah,
You're not gonna leave. It's your sibling. Come on, stop that. You're not just gonna be able to like disappear from your
Well,
from your family.
I don't mean like
If you
avoid
can,
her for the
but-
rest of your life, but if you're living at home with your sister, maybe you can move out so you don't see her as much, and then you can get a girlfriend somewhere else, and then your mind will like, oh, okay, no, hold on, here we are. Don't worry about it. Shit happens, my friend, but avoid this at all opportunities. I promise you, you do not want to go through with this. Come on, Maggie.
That's what.
Let's
I
go
mean,
on to the
that's-
next one. Let's
Yeah.
let's move on. Come with me to the next question. Um. We're gonna come back to this one because it's kind of longish. Here we go. Neil, congratulations on your recent engagement. My girlfriend of 5 years and I got engaged 2 months ago, and we have been discussing our wedding plans. The problem I have is that we have a very different family background, and it's causing friction over the wedding planning and how big of a wedding to have. I come from a very large and intimate family where all the extended relatives keep in close touch. She, on the other hand, had grown up being shuffled around the foster care system for 11 years and never really had much of a stable family life and tended to only keep a small, close circle of friends. So when it comes to who to invite to the wedding, I'm struggling to just get it under 300 people without sliding anyone, while she probably has a dozen at most. At the moment, the plan is to have the wedding itself be a small, intimate affair with a reception that is much larger to accommodate my family. Even with me trying to scale my family back from the whole affair, my girlfriend has been feeling overwhelmed with the prospect of marrying into such a large family and just always seems to feel awkward around them. It's hard because ever since we started dating, she's always felt the need to make the effort to be with my family, but still always felt out of place and anxious. And then when I try to take the pressure off and just have us spend less time around my family, she'd always feel as though she forced me to choose between her and them. Over the years, we've worked out a balance, but the wedding planning has caused tensions to flare and generally make us both stressed out. I guess my question boils down to, do you have any thoughts or advice on how to help one's significant other feel comfortable with your family? Thanks. Anonymous.
And this was the one you chose opposed to the long one.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
That seems like, families are going to be big. Like some families are going to be big, some families are going to be small. And if you're marrying into somebody else's family, that's the whole point of marriage. It's about combining your families and sharing your love with one another. And I think that you guys have to come up with an agreement, right? Like I think someone in chat mentioned that she had two pews and her husband had the rest of the church with all of her family members. You just have to be comfortable with that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and make an agreement, obviously, together. Like these are the amount of people that we can afford to have at our wedding, and just go with the flow.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys pretty much have everything worked out. Like you've got it down to she's anxious about it, and you just need to reassure her and make her feel less anxious. And she needs to work on it too. I don't really think there's anything that we can do to help you here, buddy. I think you're on your own.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's got to be something we can do, though, right? Well,
like I said, I think it's just talking to each other and making that decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you're more closer to this situation than I am. I've been in a relationship for 11 years, but we're not married. We haven't really talked about that yet. And you, on the other hand, you're in the process, so you're kind of going through the same stage, I guess.
No. We did the engagement thing, and then when it came to wedding stuff, we're like, no, it's not time, no, blah, 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 blah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible right now. I don't know, man. Just she's gonna have to meet your family eventually. And I mean, she's probably already met them, but she's gonna. If your family's that close knit, they're gonna be around all the time. The wedding, she'll see them all at once, but it's not like they're not gonna be there after that. So she'll have to adjust at one point. Good luck.
Yeah, I still think that just talk about it, figure out what you guys can afford and how many people you want there. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to have an equal amount of people from every family. It doesn't have to be that way. It's about, like I said, it's about sharing your relationship with the people that you love. And if all of those people are the people that you want to be there, if she wants this amount and you want this amount of people, then you should both be understanding of that.
Okay, next question. Dear Neil and Maggie. Neil, what's the best way to ask a girl out? And Maggie, what are your thoughts on Jesse Cox? I don't know who Jesse Cox is. But
He's a YouTuber.
Yeah?
Streamer. Yeah.
You want to start it off? What are your thoughts on Jesse Cox, Maggie?
Jesse is a nice fella. He's funny. He's just a cool, all-around, nerdy, awesome guy. And you should all check out all of his content. You can check out his Twitter, and that'll link you to all of his other places at Jesse Cox.
All right.
That's all I got to say.
How do you ask out a girl? I don't know, bro. I don't ask out girls well. I get awkward and uncomfortable. Maggie, how do you ask girls out?
How do I ask girls out?
How were you to ask a girl out?
I haven't had to ask a girl out. I've had girls ask me out. It's awkward.
Were you to ask a girl out, how would you go about this?
If I were to ask a girl out, let's say I wasn't in a relationship, I guess just be open about it, you know?
But I mean, like,
if it's a girl I know, then
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, hey, blah, de blah. You know, known you for a while, kind of like you. Would you maybe want to go out, have some tea with me or something, you know? I like tea. You like tea. Let's have tea together, you know? Or whatever it is that you guys have in common, right? I'm just putting that out there because I'm just trying to make an example. But I think that that's the best way to ask somebody out is find something you have in common and do that together. You both like laser tag, go laser tag together. You both like rock climbing, go rock climbing together. You both like hiking, go hiking. You both like playing video games, invite her over to play video games or go to an arcade where you can play video games so it's less awkward. I don't know.
I agree. Just pick an activity that you both like and go for it. Just say, hey,
and at the least, like if neither of you end up liking each other, you have like an output, right? You can just ignore each other and play the game, whatever it is that you're trying to do.
On the off chance that you don't know her that well, maybe she's an acquaintance or a friend of a friend or something, and you don't know what she likes. Pick something that you like, you know, because do something that you enjoy. Because if she doesn't enjoy that anyway, and that's something that you really like to do, maybe you guys won't even be a good match anyway. So let's say you like rock climbing, and you don't know if she likes rock climbing, but it's your jam. Be like, hey, Margaret, come rock climbing with me on Wednesday, or do you want to come rock climbing with me?
And she'll either be like, or he, depending, will either be like, that sounds like the best Friday night ever, or they'll be like, No,
Yeah.
rock climbing is not my thing. Like I will fall on my face. How about a movie? Maybe they'll exchange something else,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll just not say anything, and then you can either make a rebuttal and be like, "You don't like rock climbing? How about X?" And then if it goes on for more than 2 or 3 times, I think you're pretty much done.
Yeah.
I think you get the hint. They're not interested.
Yeah. Yeah. Just do something social with them. Something out, not social, but do something with them that's not just like hanging around, which you can end up doing later. But going for tea, going for coffee, going for drinks, going for rock climbing, laser tag, video gaming, sailing, boating, whatever. If you have a
Yeah.
boat, that might actually be a big first step if she doesn't know you well. Also, if you
Yeah.
have a boat, you probably don't need to this question. If you have a boat, you should ask me to go on your boat with you.
Neil's like, I will be your date.
Yeah, I want to go on
Boat.
a boat.
Well, apparently, Jeff in Control has a yacht.
He has a yacht?
Yeah, didn't you know?
No, I want to go hang out with Jeff's yacht.
Just kidding.
Don't be kidding. Be serious about this. I want to go hang out on a
Sorry.
yacht.
I'll
All
put
right.
a serious note on.
Next question. Neil and Maggie. A while back, me and my best friend had a three-way with a random girl at a party. We were very drunk, golden rule, no male touching, etc. However, 2 months later, he came out to me as being gay. He also has a boyfriend and introduced me to. I'm still friends with him and whatnot. My question is, should I feel weird about that whole sequence of events? Do you think it was a part of him trying to figure out his sexuality for sure?
Possibly.
I-
I mean, good on. I don't know. Like, if as long as it's not awkward and you have parted ways in that way, and you're both good, and or three of you are all good, I think that's you've experimented. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
feel...
mean, why are you worried about him?
I wouldn't feel awkward about it, dude. Like, at the time, it was fine. Everything up until just right now was fine with it. Don't worry about it, man. Like,
Don't make it awkward.
yeah, it's only gonna get weird if you think it's weird.
Yeah, it's a lot about mentality and how you go into that. So
Yeah, and what the whole thing
unless
about...
it's changed him, unless it's changed. This is a he or a she.
This is a he.
Okay, unless it's changed you, unless you are feeling like you swing the other way all of a sudden, then maybe there's a different talk that needs to be happening,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you feel different about things, which you might, and you may not like that you are starting to feel different about things, but if you do, you should take some time and take a look at that. For him, I wouldn't worry about it him one way or the other. And the whole thing about him feeling trying to figure out his sexuality, like if it was, what was it? How long ago was this? A while back. I, I've never been gay. I'm not gay currently, but you kind of tend to know this stuff already. It's not just like, oh my god, I had sex with someone. I think I'm gay. Like, it's not a clicking thing. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on this, but that's my interpretation.
I mean, you
of
could
it.
have thought that you were straight for a long time and then had a three-way like that and all of a sudden changed the way that you feel, and now you're doing what you like by being in relationships that make you more comfortable and happy, and
Yeah.
you're finding people that you get along with, and I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So good on your friend for now realizing that they can be with the right people that they want to be with.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it, man. Everything's going great. Next question. Hey, Neil and Maggie. I lost my virginity at a very young age and ended up getting my girlfriend at the time pregnant when I was 12, but there were complications and the child died. I know overall it would have had a negative effect on our lives if this hadn't happened, but we were not ready. Now, having come of age, I feel uncomfortable speaking to girls as I get nervous and worried that it might happen again if I ever have a girlfriend again. Do you have any advice on getting me past this issue? Anonymous.
Wow, that's a little deep. You're gonna have to get over it if that's something that you want to do, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's a traumatic situation in your life. That's something you're not gonna forget. You have to live with it and decisions that were made and things that happened. But I think that you shouldn't let those things change. Like, you shouldn't let those things hold you back from amazing relationships that you're gonna be able to have in the future and wonderful people that are going to make you happy and possibly give you kids in the future.
Yeah. 12 is very young.
And protection. Use some protection. If you don't want to have...
Uh-oh. We lost Maggie. Hold on, guys. Getting her back.
Are we here?
Yeah, okay, I think we're back.
You want to recall, actually, so I can have a cam?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh God, no. Okay, are you back?
We're back.
Okay.
Are we good?
Yeah, my video is coming back online, hopefully. Hopefully. Sometime soon.
I think where I was going with that was if you both combine powers and you both protect yourselves, double bag that stuff, you'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
Contraceptives
You won't have
are
kids,
nice.
you know, like just but that's the thing is if you're going to have sex, you need to be prepared for the possibility of you may have kids. And that is not I mean, that's not like you're putting it out there. It's very serious. So if you don't want that to ever happen, not having kids is not doing the action that makes kids happen. It's gonna keep you from having that problem for sure.
Yeah. So, oh, my webcam is freaking out on me and not working anymore. Don't like there are a lot of ways that you can protect yourself in this regard. There's lots of different forms of contraceptive, and you can mix them well. Like you can do condoms are very good at protecting all sorts of things. You can do hormonal birth control, like the pill for girls. There's a new thing for
Shots?
guys that's really fucking good too. There's IUDs. There's a fucking ton.
I would talk to your doctor. Like both of you can even go together and talk to your doctor and be like, what is the best combination for us? I mean, they're gonna be able to help you through that. And it may seem embarrassing and awkward, but it's really not. It's a very serious situation, and I think you, out of all the people who you felt how serious that situation is. So just being really open with your partner and or even yourself and finding the ways that work for you and for both of you together.
Yeah.
Because some people don't like condoms, some people don't like this. Find something. At least use something. That's all I care about.
Yeah. Use something. Use multiple things even. That's great. That'll help you
Yeah.
and they'll make you feel better about this. Yeah. I think Maggie hit it on the head. All right. New
Nice.
question. I wanted to ask how you can tell if a girl is attracted to you or wants to date you. How do you know when to make the first step? I am honestly a 26-year-old and I've never kissed or really dated a girl, so I think I'm just too dense to tell. Sincerely, signed his name and then said, "Don't say my name." I'm glad I read that last sentence first. If you can figure out how a girl is attracted to you and wants to date you for real, like you can have a fail-safe method, come talk to me. We're going to write a book. We're going to make millions and millions of dollars, okay? We're going to get really rich together if you can figure this out. There is no fail-safe way. There's no way to tell. Like, I mean, there's signs, but there's no way to tell. Like, look at the feet. In a conversation, if her feet are pointed towards you, that's a good sign. If you're like cross your arms and a few moments later she crosses arms, that's a good sign. Like, there's lots of small body language things. If she touches her hair, if she finds an excuse to touch your shoulder, if she laughs at your jokes that are kind of lame, all of those sorts of things like help indicate that there's no fail-safe method. Maggie, how can, if you're interested in someone, what are your signs, if you don't mind us asking, to help this guy out?
I'm only interested in one person.
Aww.
But I think that different people show their affection in different ways, and you'll see that if you're around this person and you're around other people, and let's say that person talks to you and acts a little bit differently around you compared to other people, there might be something there. And if it's more on the affectionate side. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, you know, you just have to feel it out. And honestly, my thing is that if she says something like, "Hey, I like you," or "Do you want to do something? Go out with me here to this place alone." Like, those are pretty good signs that someone likes you. Normally, right? What they want you.
Yeah.
But I think that the best thing you can do yourself, because you can never, ever predict what someone else thinks. I mean, you could try to use Neil's signs or whatever other scientists come up with signs of, you know, you point your feet at them and all of a sudden you're in love with them. Whatever, you know. I think the best way to do it is your feelings. How do you feel? Do you like that person? Tell that person how you feel, because that person has no freaking clue unless you tell them. Like, I am of the be as honest as you can be, because no one else is going to do that for you. No one else is going to tell that other person that you like them, or make sure that that person knows that you like them unless you do it. So I think that for me, whether you're a girl, whether you're a guy, doesn't matter. If you like someone, be honest about it. Obviously, don't make it awkward, but find the right way to be like, hey, I like you. Do you want to hang out? Do you want to do things? Let's go. You know, just find your way that you can be friends together or in a relationship or whatever works for you both. But be honest, because I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Because she's not going to guess. And you can't sit there and guess for 30 years if that person likes you. Like, that sounds horrendous. That sounds like a horrible way to live.
Yeah, there's no, like, my fiance and I met in a ballroom class I was teaching. She was one of my students, right? She was in my class for 6 months, and she was just shy and awkward in the class. And I didn't have any idea that she had any interest in me whatsoever. Like, just thought she was like a person in class and was totally fine and whatever. She doesn't talk a lot and she kind of leaves early and, whatever. Turns out she had a huge crush on me the entire time we were in class. Like, so much so that it was causing problems for her. Like, not problems, but like, she'd rant to her friends before going to class and after coming back to class. Like, oh my God, my teacher, blah, blah, blah. Which is great for me now. But at the time, I had no idea whatsoever. Like, I would not have believed it if someone had told me, if she had told me to herself. So, there's no way to really know.
Yeah.
And there's no, like, perfect time to make the first step.
I think it's always... Yeah, I mean, for me and my boyfriend, we met in high school, and we both bonded over Taco Bell and music, and we all played video games, and we kind of had the same friends, and that's how we met. And he invited me over to play video games. At the time, we were playing PlanetSide and EverQuest 2 back sophomore year in high school, and I kind of hung out with him for a while, and, after a few weeks, I was like, I like you. And then I ran away. I literally said, I like you, gave him a kiss on the cheek, and then, like, ran out of the house.
That is beautiful.
Like, the embarrassing story, but that is what happened.
That's so
And then
cute.
he followed me and said, he grabbed my hand and he said, I like you too. And that was cute, That
That's
happened.
adorable. That's the cutest thing ever. Yeah. So there's no right time to make the first move, man. Just when you find someone you like, or you think you might like, and you're like, all right, I could give this a shot. Just talk to them, and as we said with the previous question,
find your way to do it, right?
Yeah, ask them out to do something. A kiss on a cheek is great. I've used that multiple times as like as my way to like meet people, but I usually don't say anything. I'm more of just like, we're hanging out, and they just go, mwah, and then just like sit there and blush, and then see what happens. It's whatever, man. Just try something. You're gonna crash and burn a few times, and it's gonna be painful, and it's gonna suck.
And there's gonna be people who are just gonna be like, "What just happened?" Or they're not gonna exchange the same feels as you, and that's okay. That's completely okay. I think rejection is probably the one thing that people have problems with, and they are afraid that that person's not gonna like you. But what's the worst thing that they can do? They can just not like you the way that you like them, and that's the worst. You're already prepared for the worst situation.
She's right. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about crashing and burning. Play Dungeon World, where when you fail, you actually get experience.
Actually, that's how it works, kind of.
Yeah, it really is. Okay, next question. Hi. Sometimes I date my friends when I see it fits. However, I never need to feel anything for them. My relationship with them is very limited, however, I always try grasping for something more, all the while expecting nothing. I force myself into a deeper relationship with them until I miraculously feel the need to stop and move on with my life. Over many occasions I've done this, seek intimacy with my friends only to have them shafted. My point is, though I do not love, I have a sociological need for it, a need that only results in me leading on my friends. I've been satisfied on your previous answer and my inexperience with emotionally based love, but what do I do to quell my misdirecting urges to normalize? You have a sociological need to be in... Okay, so it sounds like he really feels the need to be in a relationship, and then ends up getting in relationships with people that he's not really into, and then drags them on, and they get attached, and he's not attached, is what it sounds like. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's okay to be by yourself, Like, you don't need to be in a relationship at every moment.
Yeah, there's There's no
You can
need.
just hang out with your friends, and they don't, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Seems,
There's no need to be in a relationship, dude. It's cool.
yeah. Don't, don't like it's you're kind of hurting the people that you're doing that with because both of you, you're kind of wasting both of your time, if that makes sense, because you're taking up someone else's time who could be looking for that other person. And you're like, I'm just going to attach myself to this person for a little bit, even though I don't care about them in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
It's not healthy.
What do I do to quell my misdirecting urges to normalize? So he has these urges to normalize. What are techniques, strategy, tips, etc. that will help him not just continue doing this?
Stop kissing and touching your friends. I don't know what. Like, why do you like not
I don't.
those urges in? Like, just stop doing it. I don't understand. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Um.
Like, I don't do that with my friends. I'm perfectly capable of being like, you're my friend. We can hang out. We do things. We don't need to be
Right.
that close like that. I don't know.
I. However,
Because
I
he's
never
having a
feel the same
problem
for
where
him.
he'll be friends with somebody and then he will just get into a romantic relationship with them
Yeah.
because
Just
he doesn't want to be alone.
you gotta. I don't. I don't know.
Do
Yeah.
you
I don't
keep
know
your
if this
friendships
is.
afterwards? Like, what happens? Now I have questions for you.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know how that works.
So if it's a I hate being alone, I need someone to be with thing, then what you should do is absolutely stop dating and spend a lot of time working on yourself. Like do the things that make you feel good to be yourself. Um, get really into something and start being really, really productive on whatever that hobby is. Like if you want to do hot air ballooning, get really into hot air ballooning, like really into hot air ballooning. And then you'll find yourself being more happy in your own life and more self confident and more positive, and then you won't feel that need to have other people around. If it's more of just I'm happy with myself, but I just feel a lot of social pressure to be in a relationship and not be single, screw the social pressure, man. Do not bow to social pressure. It's the worst thing in the world. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. And don't date people that you don't like. That's a terrible idea. Bad. Bad, bad, bad.
Yeah. I think that those were good. Those were good pieces of advice, Neil. Bravo.
Just yell at them. All right. Next one. Hello, Maggie and Neil. I am currently a sophomore in high school, so this email may sound kind of petty. I've had a crush on a girl for a few weeks now and considered asking her out. I'm pretty shy, so I've been holding off on it, but told my friend of my interest in her. After a week of trying to figure out how to ask her on a date, my friend said, "Quit being a pussy," and told her that I have a crush on her. I'm currently not talking to my friend, and we've been acting kind of hostile to him. The girl has not talked to me about my crush, so I would like to hear your advice on whether she has any interest in me and is also shy, or if she would like to avoid me and has no interest. I'd also like
You'll
to hear.
never know until you ask her.
I'd also like to hear your opinion on how I should respond to my friend going against me and putting stress on my regular school day. Thanks, Anonymous. So there's no way to tell if she's into you or not, dude, especially
Yeah,
not
just
in high
like
school.
go over there and talk to her. Tell her you like her. Be like, my friend told you this, and it's true.
Yeah.
See where it goes. With your friend, have a talk with them. Be like, I didn't like what you did. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
But who knows? You could be in a situation like me where you end up finding like she ends up being the one. And then you'll be forever thankful to your friend for being a jerk
Yeah.
for a moment.
Your friend was kind of a dick. But you know what? Your friends are kind of dicks to you all the time. That's why they're your friends. If anyone else did that, you wouldn't even consider them a friend anymore. You'd be like, this guy's just a total raging asshole. I want nothing to do with him. But this guy's your friend. He thinks he's helping you out. Maybe he's not, but...
He knows she's never going to know that you like her unless someone tells her. And so you are not capable of doing that at that moment. So he's just giving you a little push.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's an asshole thing to do, but you know what? Are you going to stop being friends with him over this? Like in 4 years, do you still want to hang out with this guy? Like take a look, take the long view, you have to forgive your friends for making mistakes and being stupid. If my friends never
If
forgave
you
me
really
for being
want
a
to be
dick,
friends with them.
yeah. If my friends never forgave me for being doing the ridiculous shit that I do sometimes, I wouldn't have any
Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
and
Neil.
vice
Quit being a
versa.
dick.
I'm such an asshole sometimes. God, just don't worry about your friend. Stay friends with your friend,
If you
and
want to be friends with your friend,
I mean, if
yes.
you want, but don't let
Seems
small
like
things
he's
like
just trying
this.
to help you out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And the girl, and if the girl, she's not going to act upon that because it's some third party that's telling her that, even if it is your friend, right? Your friend could be playing a joke on you and be like, "Hey, my friend likes you." You know, she doesn't know if that's for real or not unless you tell her. That at least that's where I would be if like some random person was like, "Hey, my friend likes you." I'd be like, "All right." Just like what am I supposed to do with that? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry. Next question. Anonymously. Hi, Neela and guest. I have an awkward question. I'm 20, male, and a student. I've also never had a girlfriend. I've had sex, but without real feelings, because I'm too picky with both appearances and personality. A week ago, I met a girl which was perfect for me, satisfying every stupid criteria of mine, and we had chemistry too. We spent 2 days together talking and making out, and we made plans to spend a night together. Yesterday, everything was great. We sang, joked, but after we started foreplay, I realized that I could not get it up. And it was the first time such a thing happened to me. I really didn't handle it well, and I was super awkward. We had a fight, she went home, and now she's saying she wants to just be friends with me. Oh, ow.
That's rough.
Aside from
Why?
aside from my utter failure, there's one more problem. She's slightly older than me and really independent, while I, for now, still live with my parents, and it bothers her. Neil and guest, how do I change her mind? She's just so perfect. I can't lose her because of a stupid fucking failed boner. And if I agree to be friends, would it be possible to win her back with time? Thank you for everything.
I think that it's possible to win her back with time, depending on how you go about it.
I think
It could go poorly or go well.
I think
But, I mean,
the
go ahead.
key phrase here was I really didn't handle it well. It was super awkward and we had a fight and she went home. Now,
Yeah.
she's a little bit more independent, she's a little bit older than you. When I hear we had a fight and she went home, I think you said something stupid or mean or dickish and pissed her off. Because let's be honest, if you just like, I'm sorry, I just can't get it up right now. There's no how does she go from like, oh, you can't get up to, I don't like you, we should just be friends, I'm out, right? Like, there clearly you did
She could
something
be a
to
little
antagonize her. She could be
never know,
crazy.
Neil.
She could be crazy, but that's an irrational behavior, and people
Yeah.
are rational. So, whatever you said to piss her off, go apologize first off, and maybe as for the not getting it up, I don't know anything about that. Talk to a doctor, maybe.
Yeah, if it's something that occurs a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if it happens more often, definitely see a doctor. If this is the first and only time it ever happens, like, don't sweat it too much. Lots of stress can make things be weird. And yes, you can possibly win her back.
yeah. I mean, it depends on how you go about it. You can definitely win her back. I think it's a possibility, unless she's just like done with you. But I think Neil's advice of, apologizing for whatever happened, because we don't know the full story. We don't know like what the argument exactly was.
hmm
That would help a lot.
Yeah. Well, we tend to get a lot of questions like, there was a fight, and then she or then he did this. There's always lots of like, no one's ever said, oh, I did something stupid and pissed off
Yeah.
this person. So
There's
I know
when-
that shit happens a lot. I know about half the time we get something, it's the asker's fault, more or less. So you go work out
He
your
just
communication
blames
issues.
you guys.
Yeah,
He's like, it's automatically your fault.
always.
I don't
your
want
fault.
to put blame on anyone, but I think even if you're not at fault, apologizing can break the ice of the whole issue. And with any fight, everyone's going to have arguments and fight in relationships. It's about how you overcome them and compensate. So, I mean, just talk about it, fix the issue.
Yeah, and
Sucks that happened, and maybe even tell her like, I was really nervous. You're like my dream girl. I don't know what happened, That might be kind of sweet.
yeah, I think that's actually a really good way of putting it. Is that I just really liked you, and everything fell apart because I was so nervous. That's a good way. If it bothers her that you live with your parents still, that's probably just gonna be one of those things that bothers her until that you don't, and one day you won't, and it will be fine.
Yeah.
So
That's not something you can really change too much unless you have enough income to afford that. And
yeah,
believe me, living with your parents while you're in college is nice. I wish that I could do that. Could have done that.
yeah, that saves a lot of money. Just yeah, don't worry about it too much. Apologize for whatever stupid things you may have said. Have like a conversation with her where you talk about what's. I guess if you've only been dating for a little while, you can't. If you jump into too serious of a conversation too soon, that might jeopardize things. But just
Yeah.
talk with her.
Just be real.
Be honest about how things happened and apologize for any stupid things you may have done, and then and tell her that you like her. I'm sure things will continue. Like I'm sure she still likes you. She wouldn't be like, "Oh, I really like you." Oh, well, now let's just be friends. You know, blah, blah, blah. Like if she was pissed off enough with you
The
to not
fight
want to
had
date you.
there has to be something that happened in that fight that we're not aware of. Like
Yeah.
words exchanged, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's move it on up. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Neil and guest. I'm asking for your advice because I found a pretty interesting girl and I'm not really sure how to handle her. I've seen her a few times in school, but the first time I had a longer conversation with her was on the birthday of my best friend. She resembles me a lot in the aspects of her character. She's a bit cheeky, likes to tease people, both verbally and physically. This is my first problem, since she makes the obvious sign not so obvious. She makes physical contact pretty easily. It seems too easy sometimes. For example, on a Friday night 2 weeks ago, there was a concert at my favorite pub. She came on that evening, and I used this opportunity to have a talk with her because she lives reasonably far away, and I can only meet with her after school. After school. I talked to her for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and she made a lot of physical contact by kicking my feet, biting my chest, pulling my hair, and using her hair to whip my face. This wouldn't really bother me, but there is a guy who is trying to pick her up. They came together, and he's trying hard, but the girl seems really uninterested. The next problem is, because I've known this guy for a long time, 12 years, I don't want to be a jerk, but I also don't want to pass up on this girl. Seems like she's enjoying my company. I don't have a hard time making her laugh or getting her into pretty weird topics during conversation, but I can't get rid of that thought that maybe she thinks that she isn't getting enough attention and this is just her way to get it. What should I do? I have no big expectations from this, but she is too good an opportunity. If you like her, don't worry about why she's doing the shit she's doing. If you like her, go. She bit your chest.
Tell her you like her. I can't believe just what just was stated there. I mean, tell her that you like her. And it's weird that she brought a friend with her.
I mean, maybe she lives too far away, because he did say she lived far away, so maybe that was her only way of getting out here, or maybe they're friends. And he used the word pubs. This is probably UK-ish, so... Yeah. Do you know what? Talk to your friend. If your friend's like, I really like this girl, and you're like, well, I really like this girl, then you
Rock, paper, scissors. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you both agree that, you're going to support each other with whoever is... I hate to use the term victorious because I don't want to sound like she's some sort of prize. But,
whoever she likes, you're going to...
Yeah. Whoever she likes, you'll back each other up and support each other in this. Or you both agree to stay away. Like, you got to work this out with your friend first. You've known him for 12 years. Like, don't throw away a 12-year relationship over something that's not a sure thing. And then after that,
unless it's a sure thing. But
unless it's a sure thing.
It's not.
Yeah.
So.
But also, this girl sounds like she's into you. I mean... She's kicking you. Who bites the chest of somebody that they're not into? Like, I have one female friend who might do that to me, but she bites everything. Like, that's not... She's a known biter of things in the room, generally speaking. But aside from that...
What kind of friend is this? Who is this friend?
Some people...
What? I'm done. I'm broken. What? Okay.
You don't have a friend that, bites things? No?
No.
I guess maybe I have a weird friend. Maybe she's weirder than I thought she was. She likes to bite things. She's bitten many people. Not hard, but she's like onto someone's arm if it comes in front of if someone points and the arm gets in front of her face, she'll just gnaw on it. I don't know. Right. We all just thought it was normal.
Apparently there are people who like to bite things, so find out whether she's biting you because it is a habitual thing that she likes doing, or if she likes you and that is the way that she shows affection.
Yeah. But pulling your hair, whipping you in the face with her hair, biting your chest, that's a pretty intimate bite there. And kicking you, come on, we all know what grade school is like. It
sounds like you're in a like a metal concert.
Or it
And you're in
sounds
the
like you're a
mosh pit.
6-year-old boy.
Or yeah.
Yeah. She's into you, dude. I would expect. Talk to your friend, clear everything with him, because, you know, friendship is forever. Relationships, all relationships, but the one that does last forever don't last forever. But your friends should be with you for a very, very long time. And just go for it, man. Stop. Don't be afraid of yourself. Kick her back. When she kicks you, you kick her. When she hits you with her hair, you hit her with your hair. When she pulls your hair, you pull her your hair. When she bites your chest, I would stay away from the boobs, but I would bite her back. And rinse and repeat until you escalate so far that you guys just end up, making out and dating. That's my solution to your problem.
Oh my gosh, Neil.
Look, this is how I function.
Sounds like the most metal relationship ever. Like, what just happened? That advice was ridiculous.
No, but if that's how people show affection, because I'm a pretty physical person. Like, I show affection by
Just
doing
like,
stupid
you're
shit
like,
like
hey, I
that.
like you, kick you.
Yeah.
Now kick me back. Like, what?
No, I routinely pick up my girlfriend and just pick her up from my shoulder and throw her on soft surfaces. Like, that's a thing. I'm not a gentle person generally. It sounds like she's not either. In fact, she and I would probably get along really well.
Caveman, go.
Yeah. Just.
But okay.
I think you're in, buddy.
We're getting there.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Maybe our last question. Actually, we are running out of time here.
Oh, no.
Let's do this. Neil and guest. I'm 20 from the UK, and I've recently been speaking to a girl who's 17, which is legal here, and I really, really want to ask her out. I've never dated a girl younger than me, but I really like her. I've been wanting to ask her on a date, but I feel judged by my peers if I did eventually date her, and so on. Any suggestions? Should I feel uneasy about the age gap? Thanks, Anon. P.S. You got me into D&D. He's 20, she's 17, which in the UK is
I don't think
legit.
that's too big of a difference.
3 years is fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't think you should sweat what your friends think. I mean, that you shouldn't sweat what your friends think when it comes to, unless she's a legitimate crazy person, and that's why they're telling you how they feel. But I think if you like her, go for it.
Yeah.
That's you. Why not?
Dude, who gives a shit if you're... I mean, look, if she's younger than you, that's fine. My girlfriend is 3 years younger than me, which is the exact... you're 2017, I'm 20, I'll be 28 very shortly, my fiance is 25. It's... 3 years is not a big deal in the slightest.
I'm the older one this time. So...
Yeah.
Eh.
And typically, the males are older in relationships. Socially speaking, from what I've seen, males tend to be the older ones, and it's totally fine. That's not an issue whatsoever. You're good. All right, we can still squeeze some more in. Next question. I had a one-time thing with a girl that I used to work with. She wanted a relationship at the time, but didn't want one. But I didn't want one. She keeps asking me to go visit her where she lives now, and wanting to hang out with her all the time while dropping out. So subtle. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. I had a one-time thing with this girl that I used to work with. She wanted a relationship at the time, but I didn't want one then. She keeps asking me to go visit her where she lives now and wanting to hang out all the time while dropping not-so-subtle hints that she still has feelings for me. Even though she lives with her boyfriend, I am not one to get in the middle of a relationship, so I don't want to go visit things and get super weird between her and her boyfriend. I'd like to hang out with her because she's pretty cool, and I'd be willing to see where things go if she wants, but I do not want her to break up with him for me because she seems happy. Should I just let it go? Is it okay to visit her, or would it be weird? Do not go visit her, man.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go, dude.
No,
Wait
do not.
till she's out of that relationship and then pounce. But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, still stay in contact with her. I mean, if she lives really far away and maybe some point you guys meet up, that's cool. But that seems like a very dangerous...
Yeah.
Dangerous things can happen there.
Yeah,
unless she's not happy with the relationship, but then you need to tell her, hey, I like you. I mean, it seems like he doesn't want to break them up, but I mean, that is the other option. If he likes her, she likes him, she doesn't want to be with the other guy, she needs to leave the other guy, and then they do their thing.
Yeah, I would stay back. I would stay away.
He was like, stay away.
Stay away. All right, this is our last question here. Hey Maggie and Koibu, I've been in a long distance relationship now for almost 2 years. I'm in West Virginia and she's in the Philippines. I've visited twice now and things were amazing. We're madly in love, on Skype every night, sleeping together, highly addicted to each other. On to the hard part. For the past year, I've been trying to pay for her family and herself's rent, electric, and other bills, and it's starting to get to the point where I'm going nuts because she lives with her mother, sister, daughter, and brother, and all people except her kid are 18 plus. I'm experiencing myself battling my own mind as if this type of relationship is healthy. If I would stop, she would have to move back to a province with no way to communicate, so it's basically like I'm buying her time. Help me, what do you do?
Wow, that's rough.
So you're dating for 2 years, long distance. You're in Virginia, she's in the Philippines.
If you madly really love her, I mean, you could get her to come here, get a visa to the US, or you could go there. It seems like 2 years is a long time to be long distance relationshiping.
Yeah.
I feel like there needs to be someone in that relationship needs to make the move because that's not healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be
And
honest,
on the front of paying for everything, that is a very Filipino way. I'm not even gonna lie, because I've experienced that. I'm half Filipino, and very much it's like the adults pay for, or the kids pay for the adults and all their things, and that's why they have like a million kids. And it's just a crazy dynamic of relationship, and don't get used.
yeah,
That's my thing.
I was going to say I'm a little concerned that this may not actually be a true love both ways sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, just you go there, she comes here, one or the other. I think that that's not healthy. And yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
rough.
I mean, this is a really, really sketchy situation. Um, I have no experience with this whatsoever and no idea what to say, and I'm just trying to buy time by talking.
Yeah, I mean, that's my advice. My advice is just move in together, or that's not going to be really healthy for you. It's not healthy for you, and
Yeah,
you don't want to be getting used because it's
yeah.
really bad.
If you're visiting once a year, I would look for something a little bit closer.
Once a year, and they've been dating for 2 years and talk every night on Skype.
I mean, I guess if
I
they
don't know.
talk every night, that sounds pretty legit to me. Like if they're Skyping all the time, that sounds pretty legit.
But at that point, it's like, why not just get her visa, or why not go there, or find some way where you can both be together?
Yeah, why don't you
It
move to the
seems like you're madly
Philippines?
in love with her, then be together,
Yeah, if this is the girl you want, move to the Philippines with her. Just don't
or
come back,
get her to
or
get her
bring
visa
her
and move
here.
here. Yeah,
Do one of those, man. This is not healthy for you.
but continuing to just pay for, and also tell her. I mean, if that's not something that's possible currently because money or whatever, then talk to her and be like, hey, I'm willing to pay for you and your daughter, but not your whole family. I just can't afford it. And just be honest, because
Hmm.
that's the best you can do is just be honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's a rough situation, man.
I had a situation where we were sending money to my family in the
Hmm.
Philippines, and my uncle was not using it the way that he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be putting my three cousins into school, and instead he was spending it on his bike. And so you can get used. There could be situations like that. There's no way for you to get that money back. So just be really aware of what you're doing with your life and your money, because unfortunately that's what you're working for.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Be really careful. Get some assurances that things are going the way that they're supposed to be. And if possible, move yourself or move her and her daughter to you. Move yourself to her or her and her daughter to you. Like, you can do this. Where there's a will, there's a way. And on that note, God, there's got to be a more upbeat question that we can end on.
Please.
Where is our list of questions? Oh, God, too long. All the questions are too long. Okay, here we go. Dear Mr. Koibu, what are your thoughts about age differences in a relationship? I've had a friend who's 26 dating a girl who's 20. They've been dating for 2 years now and met when she was first 18. They've been getting a lot of hate from her friends and family, mostly because of the age difference. What is an acceptable age difference? Is it okay as long as both parties are mature and responsible, or is there a serious problem? Is there any age difference more acceptable when you are older than when you're younger? What about if one of the people in the relationship is under 18? Thank you. I think 26 and 20 is not that bad. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Like, it seems pretty fine to me. I was 19 dating someone who was 25, and that was fantastic and great in all ways until she moved across the country and we had to split up because, we weren't living in the same town anymore. I dated a girl once whose parents were 13 years apart in age, and I've never seen a couple happier. So...
Yeah, my stepmom and stepdad, I think, are about 10 years apart, and they are happily together for quite some time. I think it really is dependent on the two people in that party, their mentality, their mind. Obviously body is important too, but I think that there isn't a perfect age.
No. Yeah, 26 and 20 is fine as long as everyone in the situation is responsible. That seems fine to me. 26
and 20 seems fine.
Yeah.
As long as both people are pretty mature. I mean, obviously, if the 20-year-old's crazy and partying and nuts, and the 26-year-old is trying to have a career and dealing with that and always pulling that person out of their drama, then that can be a bad relationship, right? It all depends on the relationship. If they're both just chilling, doing their thing, why do you have to judge them for their lovely, happy relationship?
Yeah.
Unless someone's being hurt in the relationship, I feel like, whether that's mentally or physically, I feel like that's...
Yeah. As for the whole, what if one of the people in a relationship is under 18? If that is a legal age limit in your town, your state, or whatever, then be very, very careful with that.
Talk to each other's parents. That's the best way to resolve that.
When I was 20-ish, I was dating someone who was 17. And I knew her family really well. I was over there all the time, hanging out with them. After she was another one of my students in my ballroom class, and afterwards after class we'd all go hang out at her house and watch movies. That was our thing. The whole class would go because we're all close knit friends. And as long as you're not breaking any laws, there's no reason that you can't be romantic or interested in someone under 18. As long as everyone is comfortable, her parents are cool with it, your parents are cool with it, and that you're not getting yourselves in any trouble. That's fine.
Did I say stepdad and stepmom? I meant stepmom and dad.
Okay, I think, yeah.
I don't know. If I said it wrong, that's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, parents. Talking to the parents is one of the things I would advise.
Yeah.
If you're in an awkward situation of age.
There we go. That's a little bit happier. We can end on that note. That's an acceptable ending note. Oh God, the show was too short all the time. Margaret, thank you for coming on. We loved your input, and I don't know. It's good to get LoveBytes back, and it's good to start back with LoveBytes with such a good guest. So thank you for being here. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I don't know. I guess, be happy, everybody. Be in relationships that you think are worth it. Don't spend your time with someone who you're just not happy with, because there's going to be someone out there who will make you happy, and it's not going to be the perfect romanticized thing that everyone makes it out to be. There's going to be ups and downs, and relationships are all about compromising and working together and making the effort. Because I think that a lot of the times people think oh, we fought, now it's done. It's no, you're going to fight a lot. Me and my boyfriend, we've been together for 11 years. We fight about lots of random things. Sometimes stuff that makes no difference. And then later we talk about it, we're why the heck were we fighting about that? And it's just about communication. I think communication is the key to all things in relationships, whether that's you trying to gain someone's attention and see if you love them, or if they like you. It's about talking to one another. So just keep that in mind and keep communicating with each other. And I don't know, I hope you guys all find that special someone. And if you don't, I hope you're just happy.
Yeah. I think those are great words. Any shout outs you have, Margaret, before we close it out?
You can check out all my stuff at Margaret Crone. Super easy. I'm all over the place on the internets, and my website has all the details as well.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching Love Bites. The VODs will be up on YouTube shortly. Thank you to Margaret, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.